Swansea Valley and set the scene. Craig y Nos Castle. Have you been there? If not, why? Craig y Nos Castle, the former home of the celebrated opera diva Dame Adelina Patti, whose voice brought her fame in the 19th century and a lot of money, let me tell you. Well, this is going to be the setting for an event showcasing Welsh vocal talent this coming weekend. David Vaughan-Lewis is the man behind proceedings, and he's here. David, you're very welcome.
Hello, good afternoon.
Compliments of the season to you. Now then, let's... you're a man of many talents. Where are you from originally now?
I'm from Dyffryn Cellwen.
Now, we're talking now at the top Banwen area, aren't we? This is between Abercrave and Glynneath.
That's right,
on the top.
Straight in the middle, bang in the middle.
Where the Roman road, Sarnhelen, comes down.
Absolutely.
Roman fort there, and a stone on the side says St. Patrick was born here. And David Vaughan-Lewis, of course. So you went to Bangor University, I gathered.
I did, yes, yeah.
What did you study there? Was it
I studied
performing arts?
I studied music.
Yeah.
I did a BMus degree, and I also did French as well.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Oh, gosh, well, there we are. And music is a great passion of yours.
Absolutely, from a young boy. Yeah,
really?
Love it.
Where did you start then, when you say as a young boy?
I started from, I probably was about 7 or 8, I think. I started playing Away in a Manger on a little keyboard my cousin had, and I was addicted ever since.
Right.
So, yeah.
And you had lessons from a teacher who also was giving lessons to somebody else. Was related. Was it Della Jones?
That's right.
Connection.
Well, I started having lessons with a fantastic teacher, Taliesin Williams, who was a conductor of Oenlloe Male Voice Choir. Right. And then when I got to grade 8, I went down to Neath. Travelled all the way down to Neath for piano lessons had lessons from Eileen Gethin-Jones, who's the mother of Della Jones, the mezzo-soprano. So I guess the singing started seeping into my musical career.
Well, it would. And fancy that now, Taliesin Jones. What a name to have.
Yes.
You can't, even if you're lying in a pram, you're going to do something in life with a name like that.
Absolutely, for sure, yeah.
So where did your vocal talents take you then, once, it was apparent that you could, be effective in this?
Well, I started singing at university with Professor Matthias, the composer's wife. And before then, I was just playing the piano, very shy. I'd never thought of going on stage and singing, but she was a black and white minstrel girl.
Oh, right.
And so I think she brought the extrovert out in me. Yes. And before long, I was treading the boards singing. And then I went to the Royal Northern College of Music then on a performance course. Opera course.
You got a couple of scholarships, didn't you?
I did, yes.
Yeah.
I went down to London and I tried there as well. And yeah, they were giving me scholarships, and so I was quite a happy boy.
Yes. Now then, because of that and the travel, and you go to places like Italy, that revived within you a passion that was obviously there as well as music, and that was painting.
Absolutely. I mean, I stopped painting when I was young because I was so into music and French, actually, first of all. So the school syllabus dictated that I couldn't take art as well as those other subjects.
What was this, Neath Grammar or something?
It was, yes, comprehensive school in Neath Grammar. So I stopped painting in order to pursue the music and languages, which obviously came in useful as a singer now. Yes. But obviously going over to Italy, to Florence on a scholarship, it sort of, reawoke all the passion for painting in me. Yes. And I came back wanting to start painting then.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Diversification is always a good thing, isn't it? My word. And has your painting been successful?
It has, yeah. I mean, I've painted now for about 11 years, and I've had a couple sellout shows to start with in London. Yeah. And then that's what brought me back, really, I was in England teaching for a while, but I thought my first love is the sea, painting seascapes. So I thought, I've got to come back to down where I live because it's so near the Gower.
Was it watercolours now, oils or what?
It's oils. I far prefer working in oils.
Yeah. Right, yeah. A bit of body with it, in
Absolutely, yeah. You can play with oils more.
So you moved back to Wales now after about how many years away? 20-odd years?
About 20 years away, yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and where do you live now?
I live in Dyffryn Cellwen now. I've moved back to my home village, yes. I had a house built there about 3 years ago.
Oh, gosh. Now then. And Craig y Nos, crying out for something. There was a talk, wasn't there, years ago, that this was going to become the Welsh Glyndebourne.
Yes, well, it should do.
Yeah.
It should. It really should.
Yeah, because it has a wonderful theatre in it, isn't it? With a cantilever floor.
Oh, it's fabulous.
You can get it up sloping if you want to put seats in, so they can, everyone can look over the person sitting in front of them. And then it can go flat.
Marvellous.
For dancing, whatever.
That's right, yeah. She loved to entertain the guests, didn't she? All the princes and the barons, so they would dance into the late night.
Dame Adelina Patti. She had her own station on the hill, didn't she?
That's right. Yes, that's right. Private carriage taking her to Swansea, and
yeah, private carriage sounds so much better than horse and cart. So now then, this is exciting stuff now. Tell us about what's going to happen.
Yeah, it's a dream come true, actually, because I grew up in the area, and I'd often walk with an uncle in the castle grounds, and I'd look up and I'd look at the castle like it's like a fairy tale castle, sort of built in. It's like alpine scenery up there as well.
It is. It's limestone country.
It is. It's beautiful. So when I moved back, back here primarily to paint. But I started teaching again, and the talent in the area is phenomenal. And slowly, I was sort of, sort of brought back into teaching, and now the opportunity to put on a show at Crag-y-Nos is just fabulous.
You become an impresario.
I think I have, yes.
Well, this is wonderful, isn't it? Because, the area is very dramatic, just down the road, isn't it, from the caves?
Yes.
Yeah, down the Rogov Caves and so on. And also there's a country park there now as well.
That's right, yeah. It's a lovely place.
It's a lovely, lovely area. And the castle itself is hugely dramatic and a wonderful place. And you can well imagine why Dame Adelina Patti, took to it in such a way. So now then, the range of talent is what, from 5 up to mid-60s?
I think, yes. I think almost every decade is catered for, really.
Yes.
Sort of, yeah.
And this is on Saturday?
It's on this Saturday, yes.
Yes. A little boy singing Pavarotti?
We have, yes, a little boy I teach, Aidan Jack Daniel. He'll be singing O Sole Mio.
Gosh.
And yes, fingers crossed, it'll be a good one.
Yes, and it's all in aid of a great cause.
It is, yes. It's for Maggie's Cancer Care Unit, Singleton Hospital.
Yeah, well done, David. Well, it's wonderful to have you back in Wales as well.
Thank you.
You're painting and making music.
I am, yeah. I divide my time. Right. Well, not at the moment. At the moment, it's all music. It's rehearsal for the show. But I tend to divide between the art and the painting and the music.
Well, David, lovely to see you. Have a tremendous Christmas. Success to you on Saturday as well. This could be the start of something, and who knows? It could be the start of something. We could see the Welsh Glyndebourne now developing in that part of Wales.
Yes, too. I hope so.
Indeed, there we are. David Vaughan-Lewis then. An evening of song will be held at Craig y Nos Castle this coming Saturday. And the kick-off time is?
7:30.
7:30 it is. A wonderful, wonderful cause. The chemotherapy unit and Maggie's at Singleton Hospital, and a wonderful occasion prior to Christmas as well. David, Nadolig Llawen, and well, may 2012 be a great vintage year for you as well.
Thank you very much.
Measure yourself with the music then.
Music can arouse the strongest of emotions. Pianist Stephen Osborne has a passion for Ravel. The orchestra doesn't need words to paint pictures, to conjure up fantasy and fable.
Beverly Humphreys with the BBC National Orchestra of Wales.
Debussy and Mussorgsky and Stravinsky take us to ancient Rome, a Russian nightmare and an enchanted firebird.
The BBC National Orchestra of Wales. Listen online at the BBC Radio Wales website.
The BBC Works Band, the BBC National Orchestra of Wales, Beverly Humphreys, of course, well, introducing that too. And being that we're talking about music, I was just talking to David Vaughan-Lewis, and we were talking about an evening of song to be held at Craig y Nos Castle on Saturday coming, a wonderful location for it. And of course, David's from Dyffryn Cellwen, on the ridge, as it were, between Abercrave down towards Glynneath, about halfway there. Very historic place indeed. Some Roman legionnaires spent their time there, Now then, early life for David was in music, and then music took him to Italy, Florence, and an inner sort of talent that was within the sap was released again. Painting, indeed. He went back to art, of course. Well, during our chat, we were trying to find a little clip now of David actually singing, because as well as being an impresario and an artist and a performer, of course, well, he has some record of his own singing voice here. David Vaughan-Lewis it is then, and Return to a Place which, well, Elaine at home always has a lot of time for, because we said, what a wonderful week there. You look out over the sea, and from your bed you can see Vesuvius. Down below you can see the old harbour, and across just on a short ferry ride, is the island of Capri. I'm talking here about Sorrento. So, well, a wee taste of David then, singing Return to Sorrento. There we are, Return to Sorrento, just a taste of David Vaughan-Lewis and his talent there. And Betty's mother would be very, very pleased with that. Let me tell you, we turned up nice and tidy here this morning as well. Well, this afternoon, I should say. I was just sort of a few hours after myself, wasn't I? Now then, Dyffryn Cellwen was mentioned, the road between Abercrave and Glynneath, all roads yesterday, a bit of a problem, a bit of a flood not far from where we lived. And have I mentioned